Today we're going to be installing a front mount intercooler kit from CX Racing, as you guys saw in the unboxing. We have the front mount intercooler kit, all of the piping.
Wow, everything.
Everything we need.
Even the Y pipe?
Yeah, and all the couplers, the clamps, and a blow-off valve for the VR4.
Replace all this crappy old piping and put a nice shiny front mount on this thing.
So the first thing we're gonna do is get this thing up on jack stands, start removing the front bumper, and then we'll see where we're at. So the first step is to unbolt the fender liners, and then we're gonna be removing the bolts here on the top of the bumper. And we'll see if there's any, yeah, looks like there's some clips and stuff and bolts underneath. This one's halfway out already, and then we already have a ripped underliner here, so we'll be looking for a new one there. Man, this thing has not been driven enough. Look at the cobwebs.
So all that hardware.
This is the craziest thing. We just removed the front bumper. All of these 10mm bolts are used to secure the front bumper. Ridiculous.
I've never seen anything like that.
And then...
Ooh, Black Widow.
What?
Black Widow.
Where? Alive?
Yeah. It's living in there. See him?
This car actually comes factory with twin side mount intercoolers. So this thing right here is this.
Remove all those.
Yeah, so there's an intercooler right here. It's like, 8 inches. And then there's one over here as well. So we're gonna go ahead and remove that, unbolt that whole section. And then this is the new intercooler, which is gonna look dope, but it's gonna be a little bit of a tight squeeze in here. This car came with an aftermarket oil cooler. This is the only aftermarket part, but for right now, we're gonna go ahead and remove it because we have this massive intercooler. So we got everything laid out right now. Rick and I are basically trying to configure how everything is going to go back in. So we figured out that this pipe hooks onto the side of the intercooler. We have that one like that, and that one right there. And we got the blow-off valve that's gonna go there, and that's where the throttle body is. So this side is essentially complete. So now let's figure out.
Cold side. Cold side is complete.
Cold side's complete, we know where everything goes. So now let's move our attention over to all of these pipes.
A few minutes later.
All right, so I'm pretty sure we got everything all mapped out, which is awesome. We have everything we need. These are the two pipes for this side. Obviously, use your imagination here. We still have to remove some of this stuff, but these are the pipes from there. This one goes down through that hole in the fender there. This pipe here goes across, and essentially what we're gonna do is remove all of the OEM pipes that are still attached. Then we'll reinstall these. I don't think it's gonna be too challenging.
All
right, so now it's time to reassemble everything that we just took off. So this is the pile of all the stuff that we took off. Here's all the new stuff. Right now I am installing, I guess, the first of the charge pipes here, right off this little tiny turbo in the back. And we're gonna get everything mocked up extra loose. We're not gonna tighten any of the clamps down until everything is complete. And let's just go ahead and get it done. Just a quick update for you guys. We got this side almost all buttoned up. Nothing is tight, as I mentioned. We also have this crossover pipe, which is good. So now we have the provisions here for the right-hand side of the intercooler. We have not mocked up the intercooler yet, but Rick is working on this side, disconnecting some of the OEM stuff, and we're gonna just be routing this side as well. All right, so upon further inspection here, I'm just starting to mount the actual intercooler right now, and all this stuff here at the front is gonna have to come off, or at least temporarily. We definitely wanna retain the crash bar here. That's very important in case of an accident, but we're gonna have to relocate or remove this. We'll find another space for that, or we might be able to just toss it back on. The front mount intercooler is gonna have to be tucked up into the front bumper here. If you guys remember seeing before, this is the oil cooler here. Right about here is the bottom of the bumper. So this is a pretty tall intercooler, which is awesome for performance, but we're gonna have to get this thing nestled up and tucked in here so it doesn't hang too low or hit the ground. So I'm gonna get started removing this crash bar here. We'll see where we're at. So remember what I told you guys in a previous video. If you want to make sure you have the right hardware for the right location, after you remove a bolt, go ahead and just thread that bolt back into the existing location. Just received word, the deal has gone through with the E90. It is going to be sold. So I'm going to meet up with the new owner right now, fill out the paperwork, get the cash. I'm gonna leave the camera here with Rick. Rick is still trying to get all this stuff lined up. Looks like this pipe here is a little bit difficult to kind of finagle in here. The front setup here, I removed that bumper bar. This is all disconnected. So essentially we just need to figure out how we're going to mount the front mount intercooler. I don't think it'll be too hard. Probably just some 90-degree brackets from the corners here and mount it to this. That'll be nice and strong. It's already got some mounting points on the bottom. Maybe we can reuse those. And then we'll tuck up this oil cooler most likely behind the front mount intercooler so you can't see it. So I'm gonna leave the camera here. Like I said, I'll let Rick take it from here, and I will be back here when my car is gone.
Still no good. I think that this clutch assist line is causing all my problems. So had to remove the battery. This clutch booster line had to be recreated and relocated. And now I'm looking down here and realizing, you can actually bring the camera over here so we can point down here. I'm looking down here and realizing that this entire evap canister is in the way of the piping. So we're gonna actually have to pull this out. Unfortunately, the car is a 98 and we can't just pull the evap canister out and plug the vacuum lines. We actually have to relocate it. So this is gonna be a bigger project than we expected. We're gonna get started on it now.
First I tried to live like a mirage, like a mirage. It's fast that you die like it.
So I think we're gonna have to probably remove the radiator now.
Like a mirage.
All right, so just getting back into the shop right now, and it looks like a bomb went off in here. Looks like Rick had to remove the radiator. We knew that the clearances were gonna be really tight, but I don't know if we knew that we had to take all this stuff off, but that's okay. We're gonna do this thing the right way, and I'd rather take everything off, make sure everything works fine. We'll go ahead and put new coolant in, bleed the system, and that way, when everything goes back together, everything is working perfectly, and this piping kit is gonna look so good. I mean, already, besides this dirty intake manifold, this engine bay is starting to look really, really nice. So guys, maybe a little bit of a fail on this one, but we will be back tomorrow to finish the complete install of this, so stay tuned to that. If you guys have not subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and do so. While you're at it, toss a thumbs up. We'll see you guys in the next video. I can't explain to you what I'm in right now or how I got into it. This thing is freaking awesome.
The boys around the shop call me the OG. Because I've been working on cars like this for 20 years. And that's how I know that you're probably spending more money on car parts than I do. And that's pretty scary. Why not join Throttle's VIP program, where you'll save 10% off your new car part purchases. You're gonna get entered into our monthly insane drawings automatically. And best of all, You're supporting a group of guys that's passionate about the car scene. We're doing cool things in the car space, we're creating content every day, and we're making the car community cool again. Click the link below to join. We look forward to having you on the team.